The Revolutionary Skin: How Vitiligo is Transforming Professional Identity and Reshaping Beauty Standards. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. I want to begin by acknowledging someone extraordinary who has fundamentally changed how I view beauty, identity, and professional spaces. Recently, I had the incredible honor of interviewing Shona Newton for my podcast, The Soft Girl Era. For those unfamiliar with Shona's work, she is nothing short of revolutionary, a visionary who has single handedly transformed the landscape for people with vitiligo, particularly within Black professional communities. Shona isn't just breaking barriers, she's obliterating them and rebuilding something more beautiful in their place. Her advocacy has created pathways where none existed before, enabling countless individuals with visible differences to step fully into their professional power without diminishing their authentic selves. What makes Shona truly remarkable isn't just her resilience in the face of a society that often demands conformity, it's her radical reimagining of what professional success can look like when we embrace our differences rather than hiding them. During our conversation, something profound shifted in my understanding. Shona doesn't view her vitiligo as something to overcome or minimize. Instead, she sees it as the cornerstone of her professional identity, a distinctive asset that has shaped her to her journey in ways that have ultimately empowered her career and impact. This perspective isn't just refreshing, it's revolutionary. Today, I want to share with you the transformative insights from my conversation with Shona because they challenge something fundamental about how we've been taught to view success, beauty, and professional identity in our society. We've been told explicitly and implicitly that success requires conformity, that fitting in is the path to getting ahead, that differences, especially visible ones, are obstacles to overcome rather than assets to leverage. But what if we've been getting it completely backward? What if our differences aren't professional liabilities, but untapped sources of innovation, connection, and market opportunity? This isn't just a feel good sentiment, it's a practical reality with profound implications for how we build careers, businesses, and truly inclusive professional spaces. Let me be crystal clear about something. When we talk about representation for people with conditions like vitiligo, we're not just talking about seeing more diverse faces in advertisements. We're talking about economic empowerment. We're talking about billion-dollar market opportunities. We're talking about reimagining professional spaces in ways that benefit everyone, not just those who have historically been included. The conventional wisdom suggests that visible differences like vitiligo are career limitations, things to minimize, hide, or overcome. But the evidence I'm about to share with you suggests exactly the opposite. These visible differences can become powerful professional assets when embraced authentically. Let me introduce you to Varsha, a content creator and model with vitiligo who has built a thriving personal brand. In an industry historically resistant to diverse representation, Varsha faced a pivotal choice: hide her condition or embrace it as central to her professional identity. She chose the latter, identifying proudly as a girl with vitiligo and positioning herself as a content creator, influencer, and model. Rather than seeing her skin condition as a limitation, she recognized it as a distinctive feature in an oversaturated market. The results speak volumes. Varsha has secured professional modeling shoots and brand partnerships, collaborating with professional makeup artists like Madhu Glam Makeovers. Her authentic representation has built a following that appreciates seeing someone who looks like them in professional spaces where they've historically been excluded. But here's what's particularly significant: Varsha didn't succeed despite her vitiligo. She succeeded in part because of it. Her distinctive appearance became a professional asset, something that made her memorable in a crowded marketplace. This challenges our fundamental assumptions about what constitutes a professional advantage. We've been conditioned to believe that conformity is the path to success, that minimizing our differences is how we get ahead. But Varsha's experience suggests something different. In a world where attention is the scarcest resource, distinctiveness becomes invaluable. When everyone is trying to fit the same narrow mold, those who authentically embrace their differences stand out. This isn't just true for individuals, it applies to organizations and platforms as well. Consider Humans of Bharat, a storytelling platform founded by a Parv that highlights diverse human experiences, including those with skin conditions. In a media landscape that often excludes visible differences, Humans of Bharat recognize an opportunity to create authentic representation. They developed a dedicated platform to share infinite tales from diverse individuals across India, including those with skin conditions like vitiligo. Rather than treating these conditions as defining characteristics, they integrated them into broader human narratives. The result? They've built a community of followers interested in authentic human stories that go beyond conventional narratives. With 680 followers and 33 posts showcasing diverse human experiences, they've created a space where conditions like vitiligo are normalized rather than sensationalized. This platform demonstrates something crucial. There's a hunger for authentic representation that the mainstream market isn't satisfying, and that hunger represents a significant opportunity for entrepreneurs who recognize it. But let's be honest, challenging entrenched perceptions isn't easy. Misconceptions about conditions like vitiligo are widespread and persistent. Studio Ilka recognized this challenge and saw an opportunity to address it directly. They created TikTok content specifically addressing misconceptions about skin conditions and treatments, particularly harmful myths about skin bleaching that affect how people with conditions like vitiligo are perceived. By creating educational content that directly addresses and debunks these myths, they've reached audiences with factual information that helps combat stigma and misinformation. Their viral content educates viewers about skin conditions and treatments while challenging common misconceptions. This is significant because misinformation doesn't just perpetuate stigma, it creates market inefficiencies. When consumers are operating with incorrect information, they make suboptimal decisions. By addressing these misconceptions directly, Studio Ilka isn't just performing a public service, they're creating more informed consumers. These three examples, Varsha, Humans of Bharat, and Studio Ilka, illustrate something profound about the relationship between visible differences and professional opportunity. They show us that what we've traditionally viewed as limitations can become distinctive advantages when approached with authenticity and innovation. But there's something even more significant here. These examples point to substantial market opportunities that remain largely untapped. Think about it. The global beauty industry is worth over $500 billion. dollars. The fashion industry exceeds $1.5 trillion. dollars. media and entertainment over $2 trillion. Yet these massive industries have historically catered to narrow, homogeneous standards of beauty and representation. This isn't just a moral failure, it's a market failure. When industries systematically exclude significant portions of the population, they leave money on the table. They create gaps that innovative entrepreneurs can fill. For Black entrepreneurs specifically, this represents a significant opportunity. There's a substantial market for products, services, and platforms that cater to individuals with skin conditions like vitiligo. From specialized skincare products to inclusive fashion lines to representative media platforms, these gaps in the market are waiting to be filled. But the opportunity extends beyond creating products and services for people with vitiligo. It's about recognizing that visible differences can be powerful assets in any professional context. In leadership, visible differences can signal authenticity and resilience. In customer facing roles, they can create memorable connections with diverse clientele. In creative fields, they can inspire innovative approaches and distinctive aesthetics. The key insight from my conversation with Shona Newton is this: what we've traditionally viewed as professional limitations are often just unrecognized opportunities. The very things that make us different can become our most valuable professional assets if we have the courage to embrace them authentically. This isn't just true for people with vitiligo, it applies to all of us who have aspects of ourselves that don't fit conventional professional molds. Whether it's a visible difference, a non traditional background, or a unique perspective, these differences aren't obstacles to overcome, they're distinctive advantages to leverage. As Maya Angelou wisely said, if you're always trying to be normal, you will never know how amazing you can be. In professional contexts, this isn't just inspirational advice, it's practical business strategy. The growing visibility of individuals with vitiligo is reshaping conventional beauty standards and creating more inclusive spaces across industries. But this isn't just about aesthetics, it's about economic opportunity. It's about recognizing that diversity isn't just a moral imperative, it's a market advantage. For too long, we've operated under the assumption that professional success requires conformity, that fitting in is the path to getting ahead, that our differences are liabilities to minimize rather than assets to leverage. But the evidence suggests otherwise. In a world where attention is scarce and authenticity is valued, our differences become our most distinctive professional advantages. So I challenge you today: how will you use your unique differences to create something extraordinary? How will you transform what society has labeled as a limitation into your greatest professional strength? Whether you're an entrepreneur, a corporate leader, or someone navigating your career path, I urge you to stop hiding what makes you different. Stop apologizing for standing out. Stop trying to fit into spaces designed for conformity. Instead, build your own spaces, create products that serve overlooked markets, develop platforms that amplify underrepresented voices, design business models that turn conventional wisdom on its head. The next time you find yourself trying to minimize what makes you different, pause and ask yourself, what if this difference is actually my greatest asset? What if this is the very thing that will set me apart in a crowded marketplace? What if this is my competitive advantage? Because in a world obsessed with sameness, Difference is the ultimate disruption. And those brave enough to embrace their differences authentically won't just succeed, they'll redefine what success looks like for generations to come. The revolution won't be in fitting in, it will be in standing out unapologetically and authentically. It will be in transforming our differences from perceived liabilities into our greatest professional assets. This is the future of professional spaces. This is the power of embracing difference. This is the revolution that Shona Newton and countless others are leading, one visible difference at a time. Thank you